Warning: the show you are about to watch is for comedic purposes only. We strive to entertain and make you laugh. We strive to keep things family friendly and keep it at a PG-13 rating. The show itself covers news topics that you probably don't see every day, pop culture, TV shows, movies, video games, and a redneck. If we make you laugh just once, then we're doing our jobs. If you get offended in any way whatsoever, go cry to your mom because these two military veterans don't want to hear about it. So sit back, relax, join in on the shenanigans, and enjoy the show. Broadcasting straight to you from the good old interwebs on Accidental Punch TV, it's The Sully Show. Starring JT Hollis and the not-so-mastermind of the entire program, Sully. Join us in our viewer chat. And now, here's Sully! Only when I wanna be, only when I wanna be. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the shit show. I'm Sully, broadcasting live from Bristol, Connecticut, right down the road from ESPN Studios. With me today, as always, is my friend, my redneck brother from another mother, who I have absolutely never met in person before. He's the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, JT Hollis. Hello, JT.
Good evening, sir, and do me a favor and do never start out the show singing again.
Oh, come on. I can sing. I just, have to put a little more effort into it.
And actually, that was pretty good. That, in all truth and honesty, that was actually pretty good.
See? So there you go. I'm going to do what I'm going to need to do. Simple as that.
But
Come
don't
on
do it
into
again.
The chat room. Twitch.tv/Accidental Punch. That's where we're live. That's where you can talk to us. We're also live pretty much everywhere else where we need to be because, well, that's what we like to do. It's what we like to do. So hi, everybody.
Pretty much.
Welcome to the show. Good luck tonight. We have things planned. I didn't put the dumbass of the week on the prep sheet for JT just yet.
There's probably a reason behind that.
Yeah, I just forgot to copy it. So that's the reason. So before we roll with the punches, JT, who is in the chat room today?
Well, we always roll with the punches, which is pretty much constant.
That's wonderful, isn't it?
But in the chat room, we have a great crew with us. The one and only Nikaya, a.k.a. Lady Death. She is with us today. Right behind her was the one and only queen, the crochet queen of Canada, the one and only Carol. She's with us. Big Tank is joining us through Discord. Great to have him along as always. And Koshari has managed to stay alive long enough to join us in the chat room tonight. She come in, she says, this week has been absolute shit. Nearly broke my ankle. Had a car accident, very minor. And all in 3 days. Well, Koshari, we are glad, one, that you're okay. And two, that you were able to come in and join us tonight. And just joining us in the chat room, comes in and says, greetings from, oh shit, my son is trying out for the football team land. I mean, hi, the one and only Western Echo.
Well. Good luck, dude. Hey, I did football. I came out okay.
But remember, guys, he was the football.
No, I wasn't. I ran faster than my blocker, and I broke my ankle, so I missed out on all of the first season. Never outrun your blocker.
I think it was all planned. I think that's what it was. Because you didn't really want to play.
Oh, no, I wanted to play. I was fast. I was really fast.
Oh, I believe it. But yeah, it's usually not a good idea to outrun your blockers.
Western Echo says Rose is not happy. All right, so my only advice for Rose: let him try out.
Well, in trying out for football now,
Yeah,
is not like trying out for football back when Echo or Sully or me, well, definitely not when in my time,
say it's been a while
trying
for you.
out for football. Just a couple centuries. But I mean, there's a lot more safety measures and all that kind of stuff, and they monitor things a lot more and all that kind of stuff. So, it's safer than it used to be. Trust me. I mean, when all we wore was the leather helmets and little, you couldn't even really call them pads. It's compared to that, he's good to go.
Yeah. I mean, I think he'll be fine. That's just me.
I do too.
It's just me. I mean, my broken ankle was just like a hairline fracture right above the ankle. So needless to say, my first day of high school, freshman year of high school, I was in an air cast and walking on crutches.
Nice.
I do, however, even though my high school is now officially closed down, I do, however, still have the elevator pass that says until further notice on it. Yes, still have it. I still have
it. I love our punchers.
Oh, what happened?
Tank says all these safety measures, football and soccer, are no longer fun.
True.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Western Echo says, I can't believe JT still remembers his youth so vividly from the late 1800s. One, screw you, Echo. And two, it comes back in flashes and then hangs around for a little while and then goes away.
Lovely.
I do want to say hi to T-Dog.
T-Dog
just joined us in the chat room. Said, what up, Sully and JT? I'm down here in South Florida. The job.
Nice. Congratulations, my friend. We applaud you.
So now we can get like live videos and stuff from you for the show.
That'd be great.
Since you're right there in in the shit.
He's in the know. That's what he's in. He's in the know. Which, to be honest, good luck.
Yes.
Good luck, folks. You're on your own. You're on your own. So, anyway. So, before we get into the nitty-gritty of things, I do have another story to tell. So, for those that missed it last week, I told the story about how my daughter was asked if she needed a name tag, and she replied without missing a beat, "No, I know my name." Still hysterical, even to this day. Well, there was another story that I wanted to tell that I just never got to. And it's me being an idiot. More to myself than anything.
Oh, okay.
So my wife's birthday is Thursday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe I did this. So, To Kill a Mockingbird, first of all, one of the greatest novels ever written.
Very true.
Fantastic movie that they should never, ever, 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 ever remake. That's just my opinion.
I agree.
And it's currently touring in the theater. A nice, lovely theater. And none other than the actor who played John Boy in The Waltons is starring as Atticus Finch. And he is the one who is touring with the show.
Nice.
I had been trying to get tickets. And the tickets that I was going for, I couldn't because it just wasn't working out. Our schedules just, it wasn't meshing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I found one, and I found really good seats up in the mezzanine. You can see everything. Plenty of leg room, because if you've ever been to a theater, leg room is, especially when it comes to tall people. Tall people in leg room, not the greatest bunch. So, I got tickets. And the only reason why I can say this is because of the situation that happened. T-Dog's mom says, "Oh, hi." I love when the fam
Hi,
chimes
mama.
in. I love when the fam chimes in. I really do. All my cousins and everything. So I get the tickets. I print them out. I have digital copies too, just to be safe. I've got the barcode and everything all on the phone, so I have it. The printable version was more for happy birthday, So I bring them upstairs because I'm looking for an envelope. Now, mind you, I work from home.
Right.
I'm working at the same time. So once the phone rang. When the phone rings, I answer the phone, I come back downstairs, and I'm helping customers. And then I had call after call after call after call. So, completely forgot they were on the table. Completely forgot.
Oh, God.
She comes home with little Jedi. And apparently she opened it up and looked at it and went, "Oh, I don't think I was supposed to see that." And comes downstairs. Now, mind you, I'm on the phone helping a customer.
Mm-hmm.
I get off the phone. She knocks on the door here and says, "Are you on the phone?" I said, "No, I'm not on the phone anymore." She opens the door. She comes in. Doesn't say hello. Says, "Is there something you want to tell me?"
That is one of the scariest statements you can ever hear coming out of your significant other's mouth, even when you haven't done anything. That is still one of the scariest statements you could ever hear coming out of your significant other's mouth.
So here's the thing. I am a middle child.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten that comment so many times growing up. Is there something
Oh, but
you want to
I
tell
mean,
us?
yeah, but out of your significant other, it's different.
No, it's not. If you grew up the way I did, no, it's not.
True. Yeah, I mean, given the circumstances, I'll go with you on that one.
So, me being the oblivious person that I am, I'm like, no. Should I? Because I've been working all day. And she puts the tickets down on on my desk behind me. And I went, "Surprise! Happy birthday!" I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. In your head, you're going,
I'm like, I printed them out. I had it all planned out perfectly. The entire time I'm getting the tickets, I'm texting my parents, "Hey, can you watch Little Jedi? On this date, I want to bring, Christy to see Kill a Mockingbird at the Bushnell. It's going to be fantastic. It's her favorite book. It's one of her favorite movies. Yeah, no problem. We'll take care of it. Come over for dinner. We'll do dinner, and then we'll, whatever. And then we'll go to the show." And she found out. I'm usually pretty good with surprises.
well, you were distracted, though.
God.
You ran out of time. You had to get downstairs to get to work and everything. So it's understandable.
And then I just completely forgot they were on the table. Completely forgot they were on the table. So for me, I'm like,
it was still a surprise.
It was, but it was the way she delivered the. Is there something you want to tell me? I'm like, no. I don't.
You're sitting there running through your head, going, "Okay, what did I do today?"
Yeah, well, that was the thing. I'm like, I did the laundry. I'm working. I ate lunch. I cleaned up after lunch. I did the dishes. Like, what the hell did I do?
It's bad that even in the recall, the rundown of everything that you did,
I did the important stuff.
You still forgot the fact that you had the tickets there on the counter.
So currently, because they're just paper tickets, we can use them or we can just use the ones on the phone. It is what it is.
Well, see, that's when you take the paper tickets and you frame them. You make a special frame.
So I took them, I folded them up, and I put them in an envelope, and I put Christy's surprise on it. And I sealed it. I sealed the envelope. So this way, when her birthday comes up on Thursday, she can open it and still be surprised.
I gave them to you again. T-Dog says it was a double surprise for her to go and for you to find out she found out.
Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic because I'm just sitting there going, what the hell did I do? Did I do something wrong? Like, what's going on here? Like,
and that's why I say, that is when somebody comes up, especially somebody important to you, comes up and looks you in the face with that dead serious look.
Oh, and it was one of those, like I thought I was getting in trouble.
Right. And says that line.
Is there something you want
to tell me?
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit.
Well,
and you're instantly running everything through your head as fast as you can so that you can give her an answer.
Yes. And that's what I thought, because no joke, my work computer, my workstation is right here to the right of me. Literally right here in the corner, right here on the desk. I have a U-shaped desk. My hardware is behind me at the moment because I'm working on something. Okay. But I was helping a customer because I was looking over their stuff that they were having an issue with, which is my job. I do that. And I'm just like, No, I got nothing. Got nothing. Couldn't believe it. And I went, there goes my surprise. And she's like, well, I figured you were going to be getting something. I said, yeah, but I couldn't be getting tickets. Then I found good tickets, good seats, and I couldn't pass it up. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, listen, the theater prices these days, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Because I think total, I spent about $250, $300, give or take. But that's the tickets, that's the fees. Oh my God, the theater fees are unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap. And by the way, if anybody's selling Billy Joel tickets for sometime this year to next year, let me know. Because I went to get tickets on Friday for an October show, and I missed when they went on sale, and then I went into the queue, and the cheapest for that day at 6:00 at night, I know, big mistake, was on the floor, 3 seats together, over $1,000 each.
Not a surprise at all.
I'm like, what?
Not a surprise at all.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like hit the lotto or something in order to be able to afford tickets for that show.
Something. If somebody knows where they can get cheap tickets, I just want to go see him one last time. He's going to be retiring from the Garden. He's ending his run at Madison Square Garden. The guy's in his 70s. I don't blame him. Well, but that's the thing. I don't blame him,
No, I don't either.
but I really want to go
I
see
mean,
him one more time, and I want to bring Sam.
150 shows.
Yep, 150 shows, which is a record for
In the
Madison Square Garden.
in the garden, just in the garden alone, 150 shows. That's not counting,
Yeah.
any of the other shows that he did during that time.
Right. He,
You know,
he has the record for the most shows at Madison Square Garden because of the residency. And I don't
Mhm.
blame him. 150 shows. I mean, he flat out said if they're in demand, he's going to keep doing them. Then
Right.
COVID hit, and I think he got a blast of that retirement life,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's
Well,
going
that
to
happened
go.
with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
That happened with a lot of people in the music industry, because a lot of people in the music industry, just like a lot of the lazy people around, out in the world today, just said, you know what? I like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So-
I enjoy sitting on my ass and doing nothing.
It's wonderful.
It's a wonderful thing. But it only, for
I
for
never got
most
that.
people, it only lasts so long, and then they start getting the itch,
Yeah, they get antsy.
and they get antsy. They start getting the itch to get back out. And for I've heard a lot of artists say, over the last year or so, that one of the biggest things that they realized during that 2-year time period where nobody was doing shows was how much they missed not only going out and doing shows,
Yeah.
but how much they missed their crew.
Yeah.
The road band, the roadies, the people that set everything up, tear everything down.
Sure.
Not just the guys they played with, but with everybody.
That's
So
their
a
life.
lot of people realized just how much they really loved doing what they were doing, which is cool.
Koshiri says theaters are becoming less used since we have streaming, not the theater. There's movie theaters and theater.
Yeah,
I can tell you
in New
this.
York, theater is still huge.
A show
But
on
I
Broadway
think,
still sells out.
yeah, I think if you go off Broadway, back to, like around here,
It still sells
we
out.
have our Playhouse. They used to do 4, 5, 6 shows a year. They're only doing like 2 or 3 maybe this year, and that kind of thing. Coach Chevy had a pretty cool story while you were telling yours. If you don't mind, I want to get this in real quick.
Yeah, please.
She says, my proudest comeback to this day. I was walking to class in high school, early morning, coffee in hand, through the outside hallway.
Ooh.
I hear 2 boys talking about how they had, now these are not the real names, Jenny and Becca at their place last night, and how it was like the Boston Marathon. Okay?
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
The mind's going to go one of 2 ways.
Bow, chicka, bow,
And
wow.
seeing as how this is Cocherie, I think it went both ways at the same time. Okay? She says, I stopped, and what came out was, what? Did no one finish? She said they turned bright red.
Woo.
Mark 1 on the board for Cocherie.
Absolutely. Holy crap.
That was
That's
awesome.
a great one.
That was awesome.
That's great.
And T-Dog made a good point when that lovely question is asked, do you have something to tell me? He says, how many people have talked themselves into getting in trouble by saying, I forgot to do blah, blah, blah. And then she says, oh, well, I didn't know that. So thanks for telling me. But I was talking about this.
Yeah. Western Echo also says that since the garden itself will soon be a tent on loan in Jersey somewhere, you should probably go. I know.
Yeah.
Madison
See,
Square
they should
Garden.
they should do like they did with Garth Brooks. When Garth Brooks came back and he ran that big tour,
Oh, yeah.
and they live broadcasted his shows to movie theaters.
So, okay.
And
I agree with that.
they
and I
they, they
disagree.
they broadcasted the live show. We went to one of them here in a local movie theater, and it was nowhere near like actually being at the show,
Yeah.
but you still kind of felt like you were at the show. It was really cool. I mean, it's not the full experience, but you can at least say that you saw, you saw the show, that kind of thing.
Yes. But my biggest thing is the amount for live concerts these days.
Coach City posted $215 to $500 for tickets, still too much.
Yes.
For the Saturday, August 19th show at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
Is that the one with Stevie Nicks?
Row 4's $94. Wow.
Because if that's with Stevie Nicks, that's actually a steal.
That's a huge steal if that's with Stevie Nicks.
Because him and Stevie Nicks are doing Gillette Stadium in during, I think, August up here.
T-Dog says, I think a chick tossing underwear at a movie screen is not the same.
Definitely not. No, definitely not.
No, but knowing you, T-Dog, you would go down there and say, hey, throw them at me.
That would be interesting to say the least.
Coach Eddie said yes.
It's the one with Stevie Nicks. That's a steal.
That's a steal. I mean, but would you be able to travel to Kansas City, Missouri?
No, not with a 7-year-old.
The money that you saved on the ticket, you would end up spending on travel costs and everything else to get there.
Yeah, which would equal the same amount.
Exactly.
No, even the Gillette Stadium one with Stevie Nicks. Oh my God, the prices are wow.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, it would be the same distance if I went to Gillette Stadium or if I went to Madison Square Garden. But to be honest,
right.
I'd rather go to Madison Square Garden.
Right.
You know? Western Echo says, there are a few musicians I'd pay over $200 per ticket for. Billy Joel is not one of them. And listen, I love Billy Joel. I grew up with Billy Joel. You know, he is my favorite artist, you know, and that's nothing against anybody who doesn't like him or anything like that. But Billy Joel's music has a lot of meaning for me, including, and not limited to, I used to play a lot of his slower songs in the hospital for Sam to put her to bed. You know, every night, 11 o'clock at night, before I left the hospital, I would put on Billy Joel, Elton John, you know, like all these slower songs. Like, I would play Vienna. I sing Vienna to her all the time. Tiny Dancer. Nice. You know, like, I would play these really great songs. Mm-hmm. And she would go to sleep to them. And even now, she's 7. I can't play those songs because she doesn't want to fall asleep to them. I'm like, there's a reason I'm playing them.
So she doesn't want to fall asleep to them now because she wants to hear them? She wants to hear the whole song and not fall asleep?
Right.
Or she doesn't want you to play them because she knows that she will fall asleep if you do?
She knows she'll fall asleep to them. So with that, I'm like, yeah, let's keep doing this. But at the same time, she's begging us to bring her to a concert. And I mean begging. And I said, all right, if we do this, that should be the one. Yeah. You know, that should be the one. Mostly because the guy's going to be retiring. He always puts on a great show.
Right.
I've seen him live before. She would have a great time. She would. She would have a great time. And she's never been to the city. Still a little weary on that, but I'm not. The wife is. That's besides the point.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Western Echo says, I do not like him. I'm just mostly indifferent to his music. I know I'm in the minority. The entire Long Island worships him like he's the second coming of Christ. I wouldn't go that far, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And again, you Echo, you know me. I will never knock the music that people like because that's their niche. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to like everything? No.
Well, I mean, that's like, you know, that flashes me back to Who Radio.
Oh
and the
God.
beginning of the end for you and me
Yeah.
at Who All Radio. You know,
Yeah.
because it was Christmas time. I can't think of the guy's name,
Gary
but he
Hoey.
was. What was it?
Gary Hoey, the guitarist.
Gary Hoey. That's right. Yeah,
Great
and
guitarist.
great guitarist, great artist. And the owner of the station was a fanatic for his music.
Oh my God, he was
Been
so
to the
pissed.
station multiple times for interviews, both with the owner and with a lady named Betty, and everything. And we're sitting there on the morning show one day, and we're talking about the music, and I mentioned how much I love because he did straight musical versions of a lot of Christmas carols for
Yes.
this album that he did.
Yes, he did.
And I mentioned how I particularly liked one certain song that he did. And so he goes, I'm not, I don't like it. I'm not, I just don't like what he did. I
And
mean,
I
he says it's
never
good,
bashed
but
him.
I just don't like it.
But I never bashed him.
And never dissed him, never said anything bad about him, and that kind of thing. And the owner of the station just exploded. You can't. He's coming on the station.
We
just lost
had
his
him.
freaking mind. And he straight up yelled at Sully.
It was great.
And that was the beginning of the end. And it came very, very quickly after that Sully said, "Screw you, I'm gone."
And I took everybody with me.
He took probably a good 50% of the listening audience with him when he left.
Whoops.
A lot of the ones that stayed for me.
Yep. Hey, I still tuned in for you.
Mm-hmm.
I still tuned in for you whenever you were live.
He tuned in just about every time I was on air. There are times he couldn't,
Yep.
and everything. And then they came after me. They started coming after me because they were talking about how I was self-promoting myself on my shows.
Oh, and you were still being a partner with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was playing one of my songs an hour. I was following the standards, the radio station standards for how music was played. You can only play one song by a certain artist an hour, unless you're doing like a 2 for Tuesday show or something like that. I was playing one song an hour. If I played one of my songs during an entire show at all, I was running 2 and 3 hour shows, and I would play maybe one of my songs in, maybe twice a week. And they're getting on me how I'm self-promoting my music more than I'm promoting, other artists and blah, 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 and everything. I'm like, what in the... And that was the beginning of the end for me.
What in the blue hell?
It was crazy.
I want to say hi to Dawn, Chuck, Ashley, John, Mark, and Tisha, who are all watching on Facebook. Hello.
Everybody, come join us over at twitch.com/accidentalpunch.
Come on.
And join us in the chat room.
Yeah.
Become a puncher.
You know you want to. But if you're
I'm
just
sorry,
joining
Twitch,
us, we're reminiscing. We're reminiscing of things of the past.
Mm-hmm. I think I said it wrong. It's twitch.tv/accidentalpunch. Did I say it right the first time?
I'm not going to lie. I wasn't paying attention. At least I'm honest.
No biggie.
At least I'm honest.
Exactly.
So in
You're
the
an
long
honest
run,
kind of guy.
which reminds me, because you brought up Who Are Radio, I know Yellow Ribbon Radio is trying to make a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Is it who I think it is?
Honestly, when I commented on that, I forgot who they were.
But is it who I think it is running it?
I don't know. I don't know. Nobody's contacted me.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't think
they will either.
Western Echo says, when I was growing up in the 80s in the Ukraine, everything about music was a fan rivalry. The major rivalries were the Beatles versus the Stones, Janis Joplin versus Susie Quattro. That's a good battle right there. Kiss versus Black Sabbath, no-brainer. Hair band rock versus breakdancing. And lastly, Elton John versus Billy Joel. Okay.
Hey, it'd be hard for me to pick one
Yeah, you know what?
from any of those.
That needs to be a poll.
Yeah,
Poll.
yeah.
We're gonna do a
But
poll.
that needs to be a poll that we put out on Facebook, and we get the Facebook feel for it. Everybody that's on the page, share it on your pages so that we can get reactions from everybody else. Let's see what everybody else has to say too.
Fist fights about those. Wow. I mean, I don't know.
Brawls.
When you put the Rolling Stones up against the Beatles, that right there is causing for death and destruction.
Yeah.
I personally like both.
And to make it worse, you put Kiss up against Black Sabbath. Come on.
I mean, listen. Okay. I love Kiss. Kiss.
Yeah.
They're currently doing their last farewell tour, which has been going on for 20 years
5
now.
years.
Maybe more. Maybe 30 years. Who knows?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I love Kiss. I do. I love their music. That there's no debate. Black Sabbath versus Kiss. Which version of Black Sabbath? Ozzy or Dio? I mean,
It's good. Well, and you got to go to the time frame that he's talking about, which is the 80s.
Well, that and
when did that change happen?
Right, exactly.
You know, so I mean, did that happen in the 80s or was it later?
No, I believe it was the 80s.
He says in the 80s it was definitely the Dio version.
Which again, great iteration of Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great.
I mean, it's an interesting question. Any way you look at it, whether it's the Dio version or the Ozzy version, you know.
I mean,
it's like the comment that Homer makes in one of his shows, you know, talking about the Genesis, you know, before or after Phil Collins left, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Good old Genesis.
Right.
But no, I fully agree with you on that one. You know, and don't get me wrong. Like I said, I love the Stones and I love the Beatles. I like the Beatles more than the Stones, but to put the two up against each other, that's.
Well, I mean, you run into a lot of the same stuff that we ran into when we were doing the Christmas movie polls.
Yeah.
You know, two great movies up against each other that in the general world would be tied.
Right.
Where the only difference with your vote is, you know, do you lean a little bit more towards this one or do you lean a bit, you know, did you maybe not like this actor in this one? Or, you know, it's very subjective, individually subjective.
Agreed.
You know.
Now, Big Tank says, you can't compare American Kiss with British Sabbath. Kiss and Sabbath's 70s wins hands down. In the 80s, when Dio was frontman, Heaven and Hell, it was Kiss all the way. And that's why I say it's very difficult to put these bands up against each other. You know? And he's not wrong. He makes very good points.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Even the hair music versus breakdancing music. You wouldn't think that it would fall into the same realm as Elton John versus Billy Joel or, you know, Kiss versus the Beatles versus the Stones and those guys. You wouldn't think it would fall into that.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, I love 80s hair bands. I listen to them
hands down
just as much as I listen to today's modern country music. But when I was in high school, which is when breakdancing was huge, I tried to break dance.
No.
I loved it. It was fun. Plus, it was a way for me to rebel against my Pentecostal parents.
Please tell me there's video of this somewhere.
Thank God, no, there isn't.
Damn. Freaking hell. Koshiri says she likes AC/DC better than Kiss. I love AC/DC.
I would lean to AC/DC more than I would to Kiss.
But as Jim Brewer has stated, every song sounds the same.
Western Echo says that the hair bands versus the breakdancing was the most violent rivalry of all of those.
I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, they were both huge. And, you know, it was, back in those days, it was a huge rivalry between the two.
Ooh, AC/DC versus the Scorpions. Oh, okay. All right. So,
man.
if
now,
I was,
you know what, AC/DC versus Scorpions, I would go Scorpions all the way.
See, I would go AC/DC all the way.
I don't know what it is about the Scorpions, but, I mean, I was over in Germany when they came out and everything,
Sure.
and when they hit it really big. And it's just something about them that was amazing to me, and I would go to the Scorpions almost over any band.
Okay.
From the 80s.
Well, no, I mean,
I said almost.
yeah, I mean, see, this
Bon Jovi would be ahead of them. Poison would be ahead of them.
yeah.
Dio a little bit. Certain Dio songs.
What about Rat?
You know what? I liked Rat. They were good. They had some.
Yeah.
They had some of the most kick-ass songs of the time.
Plus, you got Twisted
But as
Sister.
an overall group, I wasn't that crazy about them.
Yeah, Twisted Sister. I mean,
Oh, I've told you the story about me head banging my locker door.
Yep. Western Echo says the 80s in the Soviet Union began slowly falling apart and we began getting Western music. So all this was relatively new to most people and opinions was extremely passionate. And
I can see that.
I can see the cultural difference. I can. And not just because I know you. We've spoken about this numerous times. A lot of the freedoms that they had back then, it was just like, hey, look at this. By the way, we have this. Do you have this? Because we got this. And boom.
Well, and that's the thing, because in the 80s was when you had rock and roll and you had the hair bands. And that's, you know, you were starting to get that breakaway between the two in the early 80s, and that is the time that music was the best, because every single group out there, whether you were a hair band or an old style rock band or a heavy metal band, you were putting out the best product that you could.
Like Queen.
Because to make it in those days, Queen, Rat, Poison, all of them, they were putting out the best and the most unique. That was the key, the most unique stuff they could. And that's why there was such a battle between the old style rock, hair band, and heavy metal.
Disco
sucks.
sucks.
That's a rivalry that still goes today.
Oh, and I'm sure it can get pretty brutal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pretty brutal.
Let's see, hi to Sammy, just joined us. He says, howdy, howdy. Hope y'all are doing great.
We're doing fantastic, man. We've missed you.
Yes, we have.
Someone hasn't been doing their job with clipping stuff.
You need to move.
Only
You need
kidding.
to move your D&D night to Wednesdays.
It was the only time that they could do it, and I get it.
You can move it to Monday. I don't care. Monday or Wednesday.
No, you
But
can't
not
move it
Tuesday,
to
man.
Monday. Because next week, well, not next week, 2 weeks, Avenger
2
Pretenders
weeks.
will be coming back. We got a new show to watch, folks. Avenger Pretenders. Secret Invasion. It's happening. Yay.
Yep.
Speaking of things today and battling, and I wanted to do this before we went to break. Big Tank actually sent me. Whoa! I just lost JT again.
What? I'm
No,
still here.
it's the whole. Every time I click on a web browser is what happens. Pisses me off. Pisses me off. See, look, now, nope, not back yet. Hold on. Now you're back. I gotta see if I can like make that. Where's the?
I never went nowhere, but
it's
whatever.
It's crazy, my friend. It's crazy. So, as I was saying, Big Tank sent me an article, and he actually used Discord. So I'm going to applaud him. Thank you, sir. Because I couldn't lose it this way. Before we get into it, he says, I'm going to say one thing. Putting American rock versus British rock is a very hard thing to discuss because British rock is very, very bluesy and very acidy. And definitely the granddaddies of punk. American rock is a little bluesy. You got to remember, rock came from the blues, so you're going to have it no matter what.
And that's why Scorpions are one of the biggest rock bands of all time, because they found the perfect spot right in between the middle of the two. And sometimes they float this way, sometimes they float that way, sometimes they're right in the middle. They are so good at playing that line.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think back to songs like The Zoo, you know, songs like that. It was just, they put out some of the greatest music ever.
So, obviously, you know, we're no strangers to things getting canceled. Music being one of them. There are songs that are out there that get banned or blocked or whatever. There's things that don't get played on the radio. There's things that get censored. The works. Well, Big Tank sent me this article, and it's from Factable, and it mentions the controversial movies that could potentially get canceled if they were made in today's society. And obviously we know things are going that route, but that's a whole nother topic for another day. And the list itself, this is what they say. With each new year comes a collection of movies that fail to attract much interest. Whether it's due to inept filmmaking or an obnoxious tone, illogical characters, or simply boring stories, audiences see it fit to drop them like a bad habit. Couldn't have summed it up better myself. But now people are looking into... That's an echo. Can we skip Blazing Saddles? Where are all the white women at? Which he says is always number one on those very lists. Anything Mel Brooks makes would be on this list. But the first movie that they talk about, Big Tank just said the same thing. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. They say that although it will always hold a special place in many comedy fans, Hearts is one of the movies that made Jim Carrey a star. The way it handles the main antagonist's gender identity is more likely to make modern audiences cringe than laugh. Not wrong. I never actually thought about it until just now. Not wrong. However, don't care. Is it the greatest movie in the world? No. Not the greatest movie in the world.
Yeah.
Is it funny? Yep. It certainly is funny. Of course, I'm trying to hit next to go to, you know, the next movie on the list. And it's not letting me. It keeps refreshing to Ace Ventura. Oh my God. doesn't help. That doesn't help. So obviously Ace Ventura would be one of the ones for this wonderful list, but
Right.
it won't let me go any further. Big Tank says Finkel is Iron. Was it Einhorn? Einhorn, right? Einhorn. I think so.
Yeah. Einhorn is Finkel. Yeah.
Yeah. So, needless to say, I can't move on.
Well, can't move forward with this particular
I can't go further.
subject of
I
discussion.
want to, but I cannot, which sucks because it worked fine the other day. Go figure. Now I'm like, blah. Western Echo says, so here's the thing. When the Ace Ventura films came out in the 90s, I wasn't a huge fan. The moment they began offending the community of weak lemmings in this country, I became an Insta fan. Yes.
Insta fan, huh?
I mean, I saw both Ace Ventura movies in the theater when they came out. And yeah. Yeah. I mean, how can you go wrong?
Right.
How can you go wrong with that stuff? I think I know why it's not letting me go on to the next page. My mouse just lost connection, so I have to do that wonderful chime that you just heard and disconnect and reset it, because, yeah. Nope, still not doing it. Wow. So much for that.
Yeah.
So much for that, because I was really looking forward to going over the next couple of movies. I really was. I was looking forward to it. Oh.
Yeah. Echo says, so here's the thing. When the Ace Ventura films came out in the 90s, I wasn't a huge fan. The moment they began offending the community of weak lemmings in this country, I became an... I love the lemmings in this country. Yeah, I love that line.
So I just
became the instant fan. Yeah, I know. You just read that one.
Yeah.
I wanted it. I like the weak lemmings part of that line.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not. He's not.
So just because I was able to, I found another link that, yes, Ace Ventura is on there. Another movie that would be canceled today is Airplane.
Yep.
Airplane would most likely get canceled today. Mostly for the one-liners and the risque jokes, you know? I mean, the whole movie...
And the downplay of women.
Yeah. Hands down.
Big time.
Home Alone. Home Alone is on this list. Child neglect.
Yeah,
That's what they would say.
Yeah, I guess.
Child neglect.
Knowing how people overreact these days, yeah, I could see that.
It could potentially be bad. Child neglect. I could see that, you know?
Sure you say me.
The Rush Hour films.
Yeah.
As they put it, this movie is a classic, but the slurs and jokes used in it are racist and bring light to a lot of stereotypes around the Asian and African American communities. I'm not sure how they managed to get Jackie Chan to say the N-word. I would definitely attribute that to the era this film was made in. Wasn't Rush Hour in the early 2000s? Can't believe I'm actually saying that, by the way. Another one, Requiem for a Dream, could potentially be canceled if it was made today. The Breakfast Club.
1998, Rush Hour came out.
Okay, so yeah, end of the 90s, beginning of the 2000s.
Right. Breakfast Club? Really?
Breakfast Club.
For what?
Probably drug use, suicide. Even though there's more TV shows and movies that have suicide in them today.
But, well, hello, let's talk about Mad Men and drug use.
Yep. And, 13
One
Reasons
of the biggest
Why.
series in the world.
13 Reasons Why, A Man Called Otto, just to name a few. 16 Candles is on this list. Yep.
The saddest part about this list is the fact that we have to have a list like this now.
Right.
That's the saddest part about this whole, and every one of these movies that they're talking about, I think, would still be huge today.
Oh, absolutely. But let's not remake them.
No.
Let's not remake them.
Leave them just like they are.
Just yeah. T-Dog, Pink Floyd, The Wall? Yeah, enough said.
Echo says, most offended people thankfully don't remember the Zucker brothers well. And even if they do, they have probably not seen the Kentucky Fried Movie.
Oh my God.
Else they'd be in for a shock of a lifetime.
Right? Holy crap. There's a blast from the past. Tropic Thunder is on this list.
Oh, God. Come on, people.
Shouldn't even be on the list because the movie itself is, it's a parody. Okay? Yeah. Miss Congeniality.
With Sandra Bullock?
Yes. And as one person put, for a reason why, promotes sisterhood and feminist values, but there are actually a few misogynistic moments. It's a beauty pageant.
People just overthink everything these days.
Way too much. The American Pie movies.
I can see by that, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Weston Echo says, according to today's standards, every slapstick comedy going back to the silent films era would be offensive.
Yeah.
Yes, including the Great Train Robbery. Let's see here. Leon the Professional is on here. I've never seen that.
But, never even heard of that one.
It's got Natalie Portman in it, and I guess they over-sexualize her. Whatever you do, do not watch Debbie Does Dallas, okay? Just putting it out there.
Or Two Girls, One Cup.
Also true. The Machinist. The Machinist, locker room scenes, and because of how infamously skinny Christian Bale was in the film. But overall, it's a pretty good movie.
No.
You can't do that.
You cannot have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways.
Weston Echo says, wait, you've never seen The Professional. It's Leon the Professional. Leon the Professional, not The Professional. Two totally different movies.
Yes.
This one with Natalie Portman is Leon the Professional. That one I have not seen. I will have to watch it. Another one on the list, Revenge of the Nerds. I agree. It would never get made today. Because not for nothing, Revenge of the Nerds was a great freaking movie.
Well, what about identity theft? You can't tell me that identity theft wouldn't be on that list or shouldn't be on that list.
Well, I don't know, but Blazing Saddles is. Western Echo says they are not different movies. Yeah, okay. Yes, I have not seen that movie. I will have to watch it. I can do that. Heathers. Heathers is on this list. Heathers. Really? They can make 13 Reasons Why, but Heathers would get canceled today? Really? Hello? A clue, Sherlock.
What about the Oceans movies?
Which ones? Oceans 11, 12, and 13?
Well, those are the Oceans movies.
I mean, those are the reboots. I mean, the original probably would never get remade.
Either way.
Every single James Bond movie.
Yep.
20-something movies. Sexual predation.
What?
Yes, that's what they put. The sheer volume of sexual predation. Sammy says, well, wasn't Heathers about teenagers killing other teenagers? Yes. It's an entire satire around teen suicide. But we can have shows like 13 Reasons Why, which was a lot more graphic than Heathers. Just putting it out there. Western Echo says... Go ahead.
The entire exploitation era, which Tarantino has been paying homage to for the entirety of his career, is now offensive.
Yeah. White
Can't
Chicks.
argue that point.
White Chicks is on this list.
Oh God. Well, yeah. Well, I'm surprised
No.
that it is, because you have the trans thing going on, or the cross-dressing thing going on. So
Well,
I would think that would fall into that category.
So here's why this wouldn't get canceled.
Okay.
2 black guys playing 2 white girls. Done. Right there. That's why it would never get canceled. If we found it offensive,
Then they wouldn't.
they wouldn't. So double standard, that should be off the list.
There's a double standard in everything today, though.
True.
According to them.
Clueless. Clueless is on the list because of body shaming and diets. And it is tied with Mean Girls. So,
Guys, it says it in the title.
Clueless.
It says it in the freaking title.
Clearly, even though Blazing Saddles is on here, they forgot History of the World, Part 1. They forgot, well, pretty much everything Mel Brooks created.
Mm-hmm.
In a lot of ways, you could say Ben-Hur should be on this list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Slavery.
Any movie pertaining to that time frame, that era of time, would be on that list.
If you, Soul Man. There you go. Soul Man.
Well, and don't forget every single Walt Disney cartoon movie ever made.
Yep. Every single one of them. Not only that, what about, let's see, Animal House.
Yeah.
Animal House.
I want to see them do a remake of Animal House.
No, I don't.
What?
No. No. The National Lampoon Vacation movies. Those would get canceled. Even Christmas Vacation would probably get canceled. A timeless Christmas classic, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would get canceled.
Yep.
There was another one. What was the other one? Roots.
What about The Color Purple?
Color Purple. Meatballs! Western Echo, thank you. Porkies!
I mean, let's put it this way. Pretty much
Caddyshack.
any movie that was made before 2020 is going to be, for one reason or another, would be on that list.
Titanic. Titanic should be canceled for multiple reasons. But the two main ones is the I don't want to say historical inaccuracies, because really there were not a lot of historical inaccuracies pertaining to the boat and the sinking itself. The love story alone, that's a different story. But at the same time, Jack could have survived on that door. There was plenty of room, and it would have held them afloat. Just saying. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
Sammy says, want to talk about one thing that would be the biggest cancel of all time? Married with Children.
Ooh, yeah, that would never get redone.
Echo says, because laughing at anything which may offend someone else is not acceptable today.
True. Very, very true. So
And he says, because again, being offended in 2020 is a virtue.
Here's what we're going to do. We just went through a whole list of movies that could potentially be canceled if they were made today or whatnot. So here's what I want to do. We're going to take a break. While we're on break, I want everybody to at least come up with one movie that we haven't mentioned yet and put it on the this would be canceled today. It would be. So it has to be a movie.
Does it have to be a movie?
Let's stick with movies. TV shows we can do another time. Because TV shows, they're changing things anyway, and that's a whole that's a whole loaded category in another.
A whole different ball of wax.
Yeah. So come up with one movie. Everybody just come up with one movie while we're on break that you think would be added to the movies that would be canceled list that we just went through. And then we'll get into some more stuff. So you are listening and watching The Sully Show right here on Accidental Punch TV. We will be right back. Oh, yes, it's a threat and a promise.
Veteran Garden Deco loves to make things that put a smile on people's faces and things that bring back memories for people. Memorabilia from their time in the military, the police, fire, EMT, or maybe just a sign for their own personally owned business. Reach out, get a hold of us at facebook.com/Veteran Garden Deco or on the interwebs at vgdshop.com. Do us a favor and hang some VGD from your wall today.
When I served, my work was critical, and I don't feel like that's the case anymore.
I lost all of my friends when I got out. Had to start my whole life over.
I didn't know what to do each day. Then my marriage hit a real rough patch.
It got so bad that I was even thinking about suicide. I called the Veterans Crisis Line. I tell my buddies to call in case they ever need it.
When I retired, things slowed way down and lots of bad memories came back. I still go through tough times, but I'm glad I called.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
The person on the other end of the line isn't going to judge. Lots of responders are veterans too.
We all need to take care of ourselves. If you're going through a rough time, call the Veterans Crisis Line.
And a possible accomplish. Jeez.
Wow. Kay said he was originally intended to bounce a full 13 miles down the filed coast.
Yes, in Georgia, a Georgia man was alleged.
The original Matrix is now a cinematic classic. It is very much a cinematic. Wow. Holy shit.
Notes that Black Freemasonry founder Prince Hall, Old North.
Over the last couple of weeks, there's been wow. Holy shit. Drought. You are watching and listening to The Sully Show right here on Accidental Punch TV. Wow. Have you ever been browsing the interwebs and you found that one video or article where you're saying to yourself, you know, that person's a complete and total dumbass? Well, if you have, we want it. That's right, folks. We want to see it. Send it to us, accidentalpunch@gmail.com. Tell us who you are. Put Dumbass of the Week in the subject line. Put the link, and we will use it for the show and give credit where credit is due, because that's how we roll. That's how we roll every single time. If you don't want to do that, you can always post it in our Dumbass of the Week Discord channel. That's right, we have a Discord channel. Look out for us, Accidental Punch. That's where we're having fun behind the scenes of the show, where you can talk with us, have some fun, post your videos and articles, and all of that good stuff. And we will still give you credit where credit is due. The Dumbass of the Week, every Tuesday between 8 and 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Accidental Punch TV. Join the awesomeness. You know you wanna. Cagliostro. Holy crap.
We're here. We're queer. Get used to it.
It really is. Like, if you're on Twitch, all you have to do is click on the clip button. Wow, holy crap.
Sammy says, I wish they'd do a Midnight Suns series with Morbius.
He is a spy. Wow, holy shit. Clint Barton Hawkeye is a spy.
According to St. Petersburg police.
Gay said going all out. Wow. Gay
Wait.
said,
Did you just say a gay man is going all out?
according to reports, the man was a
Ouch.
military enthusiast who had military collectibles. Wow, clip that. Rum-ba-da. Hello, everybody. We're back. And I'm sure I'm going to get blocked for this. Listen, even Superman might get censored and blocked and canceled and all that good stuff. Just saying. It's a possibility. Poor Superman. Just never fails. It's like people trying to find things these days that have nothing to do with the movie, and yet they get these overtones to it. It's crazy. Come on into the chat room, twitch.tv/accidental punch. That's where we're live. That's where everybody's chilling out, having fun with us. Come up with a movie that you think would be canceled if made today. Just thought of another one, JT. Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber would be another one of those movies that would get canceled. T-Dog says,
What, they'd cancel us?
Good luck. Big Tank says, in the heat of the night, could go for the movie and the TV show. We'll only take the movie for this one. T-Dog, Indecent Proposal. And Lady Death says she's sorry. She's really not feeling good tonight. She's going to head to bed early. Have a great rest of your show. Love you. Well, good night. Hope you feel better. We really do. You're going to miss the good stuff. Just putting it out there. Not that the other stuff wasn't good. It's good, conversation
No,
pieces.
for her to leave early says a lot. She must really not be feeling well. So, Kaya, feel better soon.
Exactly. And we got what, 20 days, right? 20 more days or something like that, I think.
20 and a wake up.
20 and a wake up. 21 days. You know what's going to happen? Here's what's going to I'm going to remember to put the countdown clock timer on like 2 days before.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, shit. Now I remember I was supposed to do this. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Makes sense. Oh, because I'm just the worst. I really am. But yes,
Right.
if you have a movie that you think will get canceled, post it. And
I can't really think of anything that we haven't already gone through. I mean, in all honesty, if you think about it, they would probably cancel Star Wars.
Yeah, probably. Too much relation to the Nazis.
Ooh, T-Dog.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List. They've already tried to go after that one.
Yeah, and it didn't work.
They've already tried. Yeah, they already tried to go after that one.
It didn't work. So, Apocalypse Now. Ooh, yeah, that one would get canceled. War, drug use. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Crazy.
What was that movie? Section 9 or something like that? I can't
District 9.
think of the name of it. District 9, that's it.
District 9, which was supposed to be a Halo movie. Rambo 2.
Well, hell, any of the Rambo movies.
Yeah, any of the Rambo.
Anything that
Post-traumatic
shows
stress.
fighting.
Which one?
Anything that shows fighting, really.
Or killing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can include horror films. Because, and this is just my opinion, in a horror film, everybody dies. So, there's...
But they would bitch about, well, how come the girl got killed before the guy when they were on top of each other?
Because she was the dumb one that ran up the stairs. Boom.
They would find a way. I mean, they would find a way to mess with Scary Movie. If you look, and that's the thing, if you look hard enough, which is what they do.
Oh, and they do. They analyze everything.
They'll find something. They'll find something about anything. You could put a list out there that would include everything, and they would find something offensive about anything, because that's all they know how to do.
Yeah. Oh, Big Tank just went on a list.
Wizard of Oz, How the West Was Won, Hondo, Gone with the Wind.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think they tried to do that with Gone with the Wind.
They did.
I also know they tried to reboot it. And
they redid Wizard of Oz.
Don't get me started on that.
I think that's the one they started with, was Wizard of Oz.
But they've already redone it.
I know. That's what I said.
They've already
I think
done
that's
shit like that.
Yeah, I think that's the one that they started with when all of this got going.
Well,
But it's
you
just
had
ridiculous.
the Wiz. You had the Wiz, and contrary to what people think, I actually like the Wiz. The Wiz is actually a very good film. Big Tank says any movie from back in the year would be canceled. The Great Dictator, Metropolis, and any other we can think of. Yeah, the Great Dictator had a lot of issues to begin with anyway, especially with Charlie Chaplin. And really, that was one of the first movies, I think, with Charlie Chaplin talking. He wasn't doing his, normal slapstick comedy stuff that he did.
Right.
But there was a lot of controversy of The Great Dictator. A lot of controversy.
Just because it had the word dick in the title.
There it is. There it
Anything
is.
with Dick Van Dyke in it,
There it is. This is, yeah.
I mean,
So
we could go on about this
we could
for the next 3 shows if we wanted
hands
to.
down.
And it's not worth it, you know.
Hands down. So
easily.
Let's move on. Obviously, you guys can keep listing movies. Please do keep listing movies. Distract us if you can. And what would this be? This would be show number 53, right? 53 straight shows?
Yes.
Woo! 53 straight shows where Western Echo is going to kill his liver.
Yes. And there's some good ones this week.
Yes.
But yes, this is 53 weeks in a row of live shows that we have had at least one story about a Guinness Book of World Records. And we are still working off the speed round list here.
Yes.
So, number 11, the Heaviest Twins.
Heaviest
Twins. Heaviest Twins. In 1978, Billy Leon McCrary weighed at 53 stones and 1 pound, or 337 kilograms, and his brother Benny Lloyd weighed in at 51 stone 9 pounds, which is 328 kilograms, and each had waists measuring 21 or 2.13 meters, or 84 inches. Here's the thing. They were both normal size until the age of 6.
And then they just went.
Woof.
So they went from. So they had everything: big, healthy, husky, fluffy, damn, and oh hell no.
Yep. Yeah. A little side note: it does say here that they both died from heart failure.
Well, yeah, I could think that. Yeah, I would think.
Yeah,
that's a little rough. Not gonna lie.
Totally understandable on that one. Yeah. Here's an interesting one: the fastest time to type to 1 million.
Like,
so in other words, you type out each word. So type out 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and all the way up to 1 million.
Okay.
Well, I love the comment that it says, once again, I ask myself, why? And no, that wasn't left by Western Echo.
So was this done? This was done by words, though. So like,
yes.
ONETWO TH.
Exactly. You type out 1, and then you type out 2, and then you type out 3, and then you type out 4. So 5,969,223. You would have to type that out each word. It took 16 years of hard work for Les Stewart of Australia to type from 1 to 1 million in words.
Huh.
And again, once again, I ask, and Echo's saying it, why? This next one will be another one that's probably going to make him take a shot. Fastest marathon dressed as an elf.
Oh, man.
Big Tank, good point. He says, sorry, guys, it's not allowed because the paper wasn't double spaced.
Oh, that Oxford commas and periods and all that good shit.
Right. And where's the punctuation, guys?
Yeah, that's the thing. 1 comma space, 2 comma space. So,
Exactly.
So the fastest marathon dressed as an elf.
Correct. In 2017, Ashley Payne of the UK completed a marathon dressed as an elf in 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 16 seconds.
I gotta read the comment here. I believe Will Ferrell did it first. And then the one right after that, British Confession. I've never seen that movie. It's Elf. Come on.
Nice.
I mean,
Nice.
You know, it's not a winner, but it's still
Right.
It's still a good Christmas movie. Just putting it out there.
Yeah. Well, I don't like it, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
You know.
What's the next one?
Number 14. Most consecutive one finger push-ups. And I don't mean like push-up. You know, I mean like push-up position doing them.
Oh boy.
In 1992, and I actually did a little bit of research on this, and it's true.
It's legit, huh?
Yeah, it's legit. In 1992, London's Paul Lynch performed 124 consecutive one-finger push-ups. Some of the standards on this were that your back had to remain straight. You had to go down, full extension back up.
Okay.
124 consecutive one-finger push-ups.
That's gonna hurt.
Now, the record that Jackie Chan set for two-finger push-ups still stands to this day.
Hmm.
One of the comments, Jack Black is able to do another kind of push-up in his Tenacious D days. Anyway. Now, this one I found really, really interesting. I want to do a little bit more research on it because it sounds pretty freaking cool.
Mm.
Fastest speed riding a motorcycle blindfolded.
That's pretty damn cool.
That's what I'm saying. I want to try to find video. I've tried before, but I ran out of time. In 2003, the UK's Billy Baxter reached a speed of 265.33 kilometers per hour.
Hey, we're in the States. Do miles per hour, damn it.
Right. Also known as 164.87 miles per hour.
Nice.
While riding a 1200cc Kawasaki Ninja motorcycle blindfolded.
The question
one of the comments, if you had a spotter on the seat behind you telling you when to turn, I could see doing this. I really don't. I see him like going to the old salt plains. What is it in Utah where they set the land speed records and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's.
I can't see them. I cannot see them doing a turn at 100 and almost 100. You know, pretty much 165 miles an hour. People have enough trouble doing it at 110.
Yeah, and that's the. it would. You'd have to have a straightaway for that, and you'd have to have barriers. You'd have to have all of that stuff in order to make sure that this comes out the right way.
Yeah, and blindfolded, you're not going to know. You're not, you know, you have to be able to see a turn in order to make a turn.
Yep.
You know, and being blindfolded, you're not going to see anything. So your concentration is going to be staying upright and staying straight.
Yeah, absolutely.
As much as possible.
Absolutely.
You know, because at 165 miles an hour, even you just a little bit of a turn with the handlebars, and that bike's going to start doing that.
Koshiri says, "Ugh, mistakes were made." Wendy, I can fly.
So there you go. Speed round number 3 of Guinness World Record stories here for the 53rd live show in a row. I hope you enjoyed them.
It's. I'm sure Western Echo enjoyed his drinks.
Exactly.
He's going, thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks for helping me pass out tonight. Yeah.
Been doing shots all night, and I'm just going to sit right here and be calm, okay? That's how it's going to happen.
We now know why Coach Sully said that mistakes were made.
Uh-oh.
She said, I sprayed my room down with natural flea killer, and I don't like the smell. So I sprayed Febreze, and now I have a smell cocktail in my room, and I don't like it. Open the window and put a fan in the window.
Get the air out.
That's the only way you're going to get rid of it.
That's how it works.
And when she said that, all I could... There's this commercial out there for Poof. It's called Poof. P-O-O-P-H.
Oh.
And towards the end of the commercial, it shows a little shit pile walking down, and they spray it with an air freshener. It says, "I smell like poop and flowers now."
That's like poopery.
Poopery. There you go.
Poopery. Remember poopery?
And just as a teaser, one of next week's stories, most pubs visited.
Oh, that actually sounds fun. Sounds great.
There you go.
So the sense that she has, that would be a interesting concoction. Tea tree and watermelon. That would be interesting.
You need something that complements the other smell.
Oh, I agree.
So that it makes it favorable. And I don't think watermelon really complements tea tree. You should have gone with something flower based, maybe, like rose petals or something like that.
Kashiri says that we should read off the longest poop. South Park did it. Enough said. But in the meantime,
I think we talked about that once.
Accidental Punch Productions and the Sully Show proud to bring to you the Trailer Park. And now, enjoy 3 brand new Hollywood movie trailers.
That's right. Time for the Trailer Park. We haven't done this in a spell or two. And we got some nice new movie trailers because, well, we want to bring them to your attention because, let's face it, we love to see things in the movies. Yeah, I'm a movie guy.
Yes,
I like movies because, it's movies. Movies are fun. Expensive, but fun.
Right.
It seems that Nicolas Cage, or Nick Cage, Nick for short, we'll call him Nick. Well, he's on a streak again with doing movies. Renfield came out not too long ago. I believe he was also in the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse as one of the Spider-Men from Spider-Man Noir, Peter Parker, where he's all in black. It's good stuff. Good rendition of Spider-Man, by the way. It's Spider-Man Noir. But anyway, that's besides the point. Well, now he's got a new movie coming out called Sympathy for the Devil.
Wasn't that an Ozzy Osbourne album or song?
Big Tank. Got an answer for that? Mostly because I don't want to look it up while I'm trying to do this. So let's get to it. Sympathy for the Devil, starring Nick Cage. Yeah.
People always say, don't assume the worst.
You excited?
Yeah.
Is it a boy or girl?
We don't know. Sometimes the worst is exactly what you should assume.
So my wife is in the hospital. She's about to give birth.
Drive.
This is a family emergency.
I'm your family emergency now.
Huh.
Whatever it is that you want, it's yours. Is this the wife?
David, where are you?
Oh boy.
Are you happy? You and your wife have a happy marriage?
Stay away from my family.
That's rude. You interrupting me. Don't.
You know what I don't need tonight?
Stress. Let's just make wise decisions. Watch the speed limit.
Where are we going?
You're not listening to me. I will shoot you. And this cop... I told you not to speed. We should play a little game. I want you to tell me the truth. If you don't, I am gonna kill Mr. Happy Trucker and this waitress. Ready?
Nick.
Interesting.
You got me confused with someone else.
Really? I'm not who you think I am. I never even told you who I think you are, so how could you know you're not who I think you are? Tick, 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 tick. Sit back down! It's getting good. Oh.
All right.
I'm not gonna die tonight.
I dressed up for this. I wanted to be 100% sex tonight, and you cut that in half. I'm now 50% sex. People tend to think the more violent the death, the higher to heaven you go. Better to reign in hell. Wouldn't you agree? Pick up the phone, James. What are you, ghosting me? What are you, Dr. Ross, my psychiatrist?
Okay.
Interesting. I don't know why, but I got feels of Broken Arrow,
Okay.
the movie Broken Arrow.
Yep.
And the one where they switched faces.
Face Off.
Face Off, yeah. I got feels of that in that preview.
So,
And I like both of those movies, by the way.
I'm kind of liking Nick Cage as a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
I really am. I will say this, that one of the comments on the video itself says Nick Cage should have his own cinematic universe right by now. Just because of all
Kind
the
of hard to
movies,
argue with that.
all the movies that he's been in. I kind of like that. It's interesting though.
It's an old movie theme, but it has a new feel to it.
Yeah, and yes, it's been done before, but
not like this.
Yeah, I kind of like what they were showing.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. It's not something I would go see in a movie theater, but mainly because I don't like movie theaters too much. But
true.
It's one I would definitely enjoy watching.
Yeah, maybe on Netflix or Amazon Prime, Hulu,
and I might even pay for it.
What?
Yeah, I said might.
Wow.
If I can get it for free at the same time I have to pay for it, then I'm going to go the free way.
Well, all right then.
So Sammy says it wasn't Ozzy, it was the Rolling Stones with Sympathy for the Devil.
There you go.
But I was close.
See, they kind of missed the mark on that trailer now.
You think so?
Wouldn't you have that song playing?
Yeah.
Come on, it's the cliche Hollywood movie trailer.
You would think, but I kind of appreciate the fact that they don't.
True.
Make sense?
It does make sense, but I think they missed the mark. Either that or they just couldn't afford to pay the Rolling Stones to get Sympathy of the Devil and use it.
They probably had to pay Nick Cage out the ass to get him for this movie.
Listen, he's got a lot of debt, okay? He needs to make movies, all right? And it's not like he's going Oscar here. He's just having a good time. Which, to me, I'll be honest, that's what I would do if I was making movies all the time. I'm just making movies to entertain people.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yep.
That's what I want to do.
I'm with you.
That's what I want to do, and it's going to be great. Well, this next one, I saw the trailer for this earlier today, and I went, we need to definitely show this. And again, I'm not a big fan of reboots and remakes or reimaginings. I never have been. Certain films deserve the reboots, the remakes, and the reimaginings. Hands down, 100%. Good example, Raise the Titanic. I know I've mentioned this numerous times, but if Raise the Titanic was able to be remade, reimagined, and rebooted for the Dirk Pitt, Clive Cussler novel character, you would have to start with Raise the Titanic. The problem is the book and everything that we know about the Titanic way off these days, because that was written in the late 70s where nobody knew where the Titanic was. I have theories. It can be done. Besides the point. So when I saw this, I went, huh. Interesting take. This is Fear the Invisible Man. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
From 101 Films. It was a dark and stormy night.
Oh, God. Okay, Snoopy.
I found blood on the floor. Ooh, an axe. That's a nice looking house there.
An invisible man plagues the town of Iping.
What rot? Clearly the folk of Iping have lost the ability to hear the words coming out of their own mouths.
Did you get all that?
It ain't your ears that be
Wow.
deceiving you. Marvel.
This is a manhunt. Have you experienced any suspicious occurrences? Strange noises?
It looks pretty creepy.
Broken window?
No. No. Nothing like that.
I can do many things while invisible, Adeline. Things that ordinary men cannot.
She's in league with him.
Ask her. It's written all over her lying face.
Ooh.
What part did you play in this?
He's crazed and he's dangerous.
It's time you chose a side.
I'm sensing like Phantom of the Opera type thing here.
This is blood on your hands, Eddie. It's blood on your hands.
Fear the Invisible Man.
We have barely begun.
It's like old school.
Yeah.
Invisible Man. From the suit, everything.
Yeah. I mean, not my kind of movie again, but very interesting looking. I mean, the part where it was him that was set on fire, it looked like.
Yes.
Or maybe it was a different character, but it was him that was set on fire. And, you know, once the skin was gone, you could see the skeleton. Very interesting looking.
It does look interesting. And it's like...
And I don't think it qualifies for an award this year.
What do you mean?
With all the new standards?
Yeah. Well, no, I think it would fit very well, actually.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. And only because you have representation. However, not historically accurate.
Right.
I mean, who said that?
Not you.
Nope, I didn't say that at all. I don't know what you're talking about. Nope. No way, Jose. But I like it. I'd actually go see that in the theater. I know I won't, but I think it'll be really awesome to see no matter what, because it looks like really well done.
A little bit more awesome on a bigger screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this next and last one, folks. I don't know if you would consider one or the other icons, but one is definitely an icon.
Yes. Yes.
Jackie Chan is back, folks.
Ooh.
I don't think he really went anywhere. I just think, you know, he's not doing a lot of live action movies these days. But yes, Jackie Chan is back. I mean, how old is he now? He's got to be.
Oh, he's got to be.
Right?
Yeah. See, now I got to look. How old is Jackie Chan? 69 years old.
See, so he's almost 70.
Born in 1954.
And let's see, he's actually April 7th. So he just turned 69.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's teaming up with John Cena, folks. John Cena. Before we do that, Sammy says it's the Invisible Man, so unless we have invisible men running around, we know it isn't historically accurate, LOL. No, I meant the other characters, but yeah, you know what I mean. Science fiction horror. This one is called Hidden Strike.
I think it's an interesting combination of the main stars.
Yeah, it's weird.
Jackie Chan and John Cena. It's just like it's you know two totally different feels, so it should be interesting.
Let's take a look. Look, a truck is flying. Hidden Strike. In the near future, an oil war is about to explode. Literally, fire!
Put your seatbelt on. Hey, 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 hey! Slow. And put in the hole.
It's a team of international criminals.
The biggest oil heist in history.
It's not personal. These guys are a little bit on edge.
You guys do nicknames? Bald Eagle. Tomb Raider. Full disclosure, there's a lot going on here.
I think they're gonna shoot you. Why? Because the first time I see you, I wanted to shoot you.
Allez, moi, ces enfoirés!
See?
Okay. Expendables 4.
Back what they want.
Looks like we got ourselves an old-fashioned standoff. You go high, I'll go low.
Okay. I'm okay. You okay?
Get off me.
Okay. Sorry.
Shame you have to do this on your own.
I'm not alone.
Hit it!
Okay. I have some issues.
Okay.
I need to see what the budget was on that, because they really need to fix their CGI. And I mean really need to fix it.
80 million.
80 million.
80 million.
And the CGI was that horrible. It's a lot of green screen work there. So question one, what's the deal? They couldn't, I don't know, go to the actual desert? I see a problem with this. I really do. And I mean that in the very nicest way possible. Something's not right there.
I like it.
It may be funny.
But that's just me.
It may be funny. But I have some issues. Nothing bad.
Well, but here's the thing: these issues are issues that you have because of your technical background and your history and everything.
Yes.
Take all that out, you might not have the same issues.
Also true.
So,
also true. I can't win. I really can't. It's just. Well, my friends, that was the trailer park for this week. You have a trailer, you want to send it to us, send it to us. accidentalpunch@gmail.com, but trailer park in the subject line, or post it in our trailer park Discord channel. Real simple, real easy. Try to use YouTube links. Makes it a little easier, especially if, people aren't in groups on Facebook or all that stuff. Just do a little search for it and put the YouTube link on there. It'll be a lot easier in the future. And with that, my friends, we're going to do this.
You people are idiots. Welcome back, dumbass. Dumbass. Got anything for that, dumbass? Well, April Fool, dumbass.
It's time for the dumbass of the week.
Dumbasses. Dumbass. You dumbasses? 300 million sperm. That's the one that got through.
Yes, that is the one that got through. It is now time for the dumbass of the week, where we take that one special video or article and, well, we bring them to your attention because you really need to know about these people that are living in our society today. This week, we're going to go all the way to Florida. Surprise, surprise.
Again.
We're going to Florida. Duh.
Are we going to visit T-Dog?
No.
No? Oh,
no.
Bummer.
This particular person is in Flagler, Florida, where back in April this happened. The sheriff's office is nominating this person for their dumb criminal of the week because he was trying to assemble a scooter. Makes sense, right? Buy a scooter, put it together, make it work. That was stolen in front of Target.
Did he steal it from Target?
Well, yeah.
I mean, if he stole it from Kmart, which was just down the street, and he tried to put it together in front of Target, that would be okay. I mean, it would be okay, but it would make sense.
Yeah. Well, officials say that they saw the man walking past cashiers and out Target's front door without paying for the scooter, worth $539.99. By the way, Target does not sponsor the show, but it'd be really cool if they did. Officials say that instead of fleeing the scene of the crime, the man stopped on the sidewalk in front of the store and started assembling the scooter. A responding deputy caught the man before he could finish assembling it and gave him a ride to jail. And nice. By the way, they released body cam footage. Yes, indeed.
Quick comment, they need to check their spelling and such.
Yeah, I've been
Did you
ignoring
notice
that. I've been ignoring that.
He was taken to jail and charged with petite theft.
Actually, it's petty.
Not according to this. I didn't know there was a petite theft. Though.
I know.
Must be a new category they haven't told us about yet.
It's petty theft.
The people that are smaller, they get charged with petite theft. And the bigger people, they get charged with theft.
Hey, listen, that's a little prejudicial, okay? You should not be referring to them as that way.
I'll refer to them any damn way I want
Sammy
to.
wants to know if he waved at the security cameras. Well, let's just take a look now, shall we?
I mean, the scooters are pretty heavy, so I'm probably using both hands. Probably
So this
not.
is
man?
body cam footage from the
Hey,
sheriff.
favor, stand up. Huh? Stand up. I'm gonna detain you for a second. Come here. Put it down. Yes, sir. Turn around. Don't tense up on me, man. Okay.
Very compliant.
You know why I'm detaining you? No? Okay. Once I get these on you, I'll explain it to you. We'll get it all figured out, all right? All right. Did you buy this scooter? You don't want to answer that question?
No, sir.
You do not want to answer that question? Okay. Come over here for me.
Okay, well, at least he knows his rights. You know, you have the right to remain silent and all
Anything in your
that good
pockets
stuff.
you're not supposed to have? Guns, knives, drugs, rocket launchers, anything? No? What's that right there? Huh?
I mean, what are the odds of that? You know, like really, like what are the odds that he steals the scooter? One, starts setting it up right there in front of the store.
Right.
Because the way retail is, okay? It doesn't matter if you're in the parking lot. It doesn't matter if you're on the front sidewalk of that store. The minute you walk out those doors, employees cannot chase you.
Yep. Even loss prevention.
Yep, they cannot chase you. If they catch you before you go out the door, different story. Completely different story. This dummy, and rightfully so, is really in more shit than you think of because of it. Because not only did he steal a scooter that's motorized, but he was taunting them right there by building it. Like, hey, jackasses, here I am. Ha 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 ha. According to officials, drugs were found on the man, who they later identified as Patrick Vandermaiden Miller.
Nice.
He was taken to jail and charged with petty theft and possession of drug paraphernalia. Yep.
Why didn't they charge him with possession of drugs? If he had drugs on him, that's drugs, and the paraphernalia, that's another charge.
I agree.
Big Tank says the dude wanted to go to jail. It was Salisbury steak night. I want to say hi to Monk, who just came in and says, hi, y'all. And he says, I know I'm late.
Yeah, you're very late. Very late. So that, my friends, is this week's Dumbass of the Week. If you have a contender, make sure you send it to us to accidentalpunch@gmail.com or post it in our Dumbass of the Week Discord channel right there on Discord. At Accidental Punch is the username. By all means, come on in, have some fun with us in between and outside the show. All right, guys, we got to get out of here. I know. I don't want to either, but we gotta. I know, it's so crybaby. Woohoo. Woohoo. So, JT, my friend, go for it.
You can follow me, JT, in a couple of different spots. If you want to follow me on the music, facebook.com/JT Hollis fan page, or on the interwebs at jthollismusic.com. If you want to follow the woodworking, facebook.com/veteran garden deco, or on the interwebs at vgdshop.com.
That's right. You can also follow me on all the social medias at The Sully Show on Twitter and at Accidental Punch on Twitter. You can also follow our Facebook, facebook.com/The Sully Show and facebook.com/Accidental Punch. That's where we are. Don't forget, we're on TikTok. I've literally been cutting up portions of the show so I can upload like 5 a day. It's crazy because I want to get more content out for you guys, stuff that you may have missed. So, TikTok, The Sully Show, _ is in between. I wish I could combine them, but they won't let me combine it. It's stupid, but whatever. We are live every Tuesday between 8 and 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget, Avenger Pretenders will be coming back very soon, 2 weeks, I believe, because Secret Invasion will be starting. Disney Plus and Marvel do not sponsor that show. It'd be really nice if they did, but it's going to be awesome. For JT and myself, stick around for a raid. We will see you guys next week. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Screw you guys, I'm getting him.
You're listening to The Sully Show.
They got the mustard.
Screw you. Hey, now my question is this. Was he wearing a shirt in the store? Because if he was, when he went outside, he says, hey, I can hide. I'll take my shirt off.
All right, guys. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. We are going to do a raid, so let's get this going. Hope everybody has a great night tonight. Tonight, we are going to be raiding a new person that I have been watching pretty much all day. No, well, not all day, but we're going to be raiding Abyssal 5. Abyssal 5. He's currently playing The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Ha ha ha.
That's why you've been watching him.
No, literally, like I saw him streaming at the same time we were. He's been streaming for 6 hours now, but let's go share the love because, hey, listen, I'm a Zelda fan. He's a Zelda fan. And we're going to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. So make sure you use Punchers Unite in the chat, especially if you are a subscriber to the channel, because you can, and it'll be awesome. You'll use the logos. Punchers Unite. Guys, we will see you next week. So keep it locked in, and we'll see you then. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you later. The raid will be starting in about, couple minutes. No, not couple minutes. It'll be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The show is over, folks. Bye. Later.